back at you today with yet another front porch rebuild. This video is going to be start to finish. It's going to be all in one. We're going to completely tear down this porch and rebuild it for you today, guys, in just a few minutes, all in one video. Follow along. If you like this with us, please comment, like, and subscribe, and stick with us till the end so we can continue making these videos. As is always, the first thing first is the demo. We're going to be using our demolition hammer, our new Bosch jackhammer, to tear out the entirety of this porch. This porch was falling down. As you can see, the cinders had water get in and started breaking them down, so we're going to be tearing it all the way down to grade height and beyond, and then we're going to rebuild this structure so it looks completely different than it looked before. As you can see, we're over 1 foot down from where it was, but we found the existing blockwork footing. We're wetting everything down. We're going to pour our own footing on top of it. We're going to go stiffer on our pour. We're going to mix up about 45 bags of Sackcrete. We're going with the high strength concrete mix, and we're going to pour it pretty firmly because we want to just cut down where we're pouring to so we don't need any forms, and we could cut out where we're going to drop down for the step. We're pouring at least 1 foot of concrete everywhere, some places a little bit more. Now it's time to rough lay out for our blockwork. There's no cement in here yet, guys. We're just rough laying it, see how it lays out, see what I need to cut to make sure I get my 7.5-inch rise absolutely everywhere. I also have to notch out the block so I can sit over that footing lip and tie everything in together. Measuring back my 12s for my steps, so I need a 24-inch landing for the steps, and then I will have a 40-inch platform. It's going to be 2 steps and a platform. As you can see here, this is how it will look. In order to achieve my height, I must put a 2-inch block on top. Now I'm mixing up type M, as in Michael, masonry mortar, sand, water, and acrylic fortifier, and it's time to lay my block. I always lay my corners first. I can start from the back of the house. I measure out. I see where I come to. I must have at least a 36-inch platform as per code. This will be bigger than that. I'm going to be over 40 inches, closer to 44 by the time it's all said and done. Remember, there's going to be stone on here and then limestone overhanging that. Now I'm running my block, running it all the way through, tying them in, checking plumb level and square as I go. I'm going to be filling the entirety of these blocks with high-strength concrete mix as I go. Also, in addition to laying them, I'm going to be Porch coating them and scratching them so that I will be able to adhere stone to them later on in the process. Now those blocks that I have notched out, I'm measuring, I'm making sure they're under 48 inches because I want it to be 40 inches with the stone and the limestone all on at once. I don't want to have to go into a 5-inch stone, and I'm trying to match the existing that was here. Now I'm going back. I'm using my high-strength concrete mix. I'm filling absolutely every single cell and web of these blocks. Once that's done, I can put the 2-inch cap on the upper platform, and I can start building and finishing my steps. My steps are going to have a 7.5-inch rise, a 7.5-inch rise, a 7.5-inch rise going up. There will be pavers that go back in there, so I needed 5.5 inches from those pavers, and when I put my stone on, I'll get to my 7.5. Now everything is laid, scratch coated, and completely filled with concrete. Here's my Dutch quality stone. We're going with a Kentucky blend limestone. I'm putting my acrylic fortifier in the mix, type M masonry mortar, sand, water, and acrylic fortifier. I start with my corners first. I'm going to be using Kentucky blend, Dutch quality limestone. When it's time to lay my stone, I flip them over, I wet the backs, and I wet the actual area that I will be cementing to. Then I put the cement on. Why do I wet the backs? I use acrylic fortifier in the mix, so I am cleaning and bonding the surfaces of both products before I lay them, both the steps and the stone. Now, the reason I do the corners first is because I run them, I stagger the corners, and then I run in between. I want this porch to flow all the way around. I'm doing half blonde, so yes, it resembles brickwork, but that is the look that looks best for this stone. If you do it a different way, good for you. This is the way I prefer, this is what my customers prefer, this is what looks best for us. And when it's all said and done, I really don't think you can argue it. Now I'm putting in my last piece. I'm cleaning off all my snots. I'm going through all the joints, cleaning everything out, and I'm gonna come back with my grout bag. I run the grout bag through that water that has acrylic fortifier in it, so I'm cleaning and bonding the grout bag. I am then running my type M masonry mortar, sand and water through the grout bag, and I'm squeezing to the deepest, darkest depths of these joints, the cement. I want them all the way in, slightly overflowing, and I'm going to fill absolutely every single joint. Then I'll walk away for about an hour, let it sit, let it get tacky, let it get a little bit hard. It's time to come back and shape it. I'm going to finger out these joints. I'm going to get in there as deep as I can, finger it out, not too deep, just a little bit, finger it, then I'm going to shape it with the back of a paintbrush. Then I'm going to flip that paintbrush over, and after I'm done shaping it, I'm going to brush it all out. Then I'm going to go back with a whitewash brush. I'm going to wipe down the entire surface. The whitewash brush knocks off all the snots, bumps, humps, and lumps, makes it very clean looking, gets all the dust off, and we can continue onwards and upwards with our process. Once we get all of our stone laid, it's time to clean the surfaces so we can lay our limestone. We tape that acrylic fortifier in the water. We clean and bond the surfaces of both the top of the stones that we're going to be, the bottom of the stones we're going to be laying, and the top of the areas of the porch. We're going to be laying 8-inch stone on the top going all the way around. It's going to be a 10-foot limestone. They're going to have cut pieces going in. You 90 your returns. You check them with your square. You make sure everything is plumb level and square as you go. Then we're going to be 12-inch limestone for the rest of the steps. Now we fill with our 3/4 inch clean fill. We compact it down. We put our rebar across. Our rebar is going to span. It's going to carry the slab. We're hitting it on those block ledges that we previously used the block to stick over past. We use 8-inch limestone on the top, so there's a ledge to catch the cement. Got short load delivering. We got 4,500 pound concrete. It is fiber mesh reinforced. We're getting all the rocks down right now. We're going to be going back over with the mag float, getting the rocks down further, bringing all the cream to the top. We're going to be vibrating the concrete, getting it ready to put our finish on. Don't worry about those limestone. We're going to be cleaning them down with a sponge after we get our rough edge on. We get our rough edge on, we get on all the way around. Then we're going to take a break. We get away. We leave it about an hour, let it dry, let it sit, let it get tacky. And then we hit it with our finish trowel. This gets down every single line, make sure it's perfectly smooth so that when I float it, there's no imperfections, there's no little divots, gaps, or dings or anything. It's perfectly flat. Then I use my sponge. I want a rough finish for traction. That makes it anti-slip. And for small areas, I believe the sponge to look better than a broom. I then put my picture frame edge on for looks. I go back over it again with my sponge. Now that I'm done, this just makes it a more finable look. Now I'm done. This is the completed look of the front porch. We have our post reinstalled. And thanks everybody for watching. Y'all have a great day.